So we've had lots of questions from various people in relation to how to become a big boat sailor or a professional sailor, and how they can compete in races like the Hobart race or the ocean race.
Yeah, I get this asked a lot. It's the same, it's a different question every time, but it's the same answer every time. I always laugh. I always get a text message around the first week in December from people wanting to come to Hobart on the Scallywag, and I find it quite amusing because to put it into another sport comparison, it'd be like playing rugby league for Cronulla Sharks and not signing up at the start of the year, not doing pre-season, not playing or training any time during the year, not playing a game, and then Cronulla make the grand final, and then you ring up the club and say you want to run out and play for them on grand final day. I mean, it's a pretty similar situation. It's quite ludicrous, really. So the answer to the question is basically there's no easy answer. You've got to, I saw an article, Ken Reid made a comment, and it was pretty clever. What he was saying was everybody can be a good sailor, but to go to this next level, you need to have more of a skill set. You need to be a sailmaker, be a rigger, be a mechanic, be a boat builder. On the Scallywag team, everybody apart from just sails a boat also has a role. So Ferdy's our boat captain, he looks after the engines. I look after the hydraulics, Pedro and Wendy look after the sails, Nipper looks after, the bow, the furlers. Everybody can't just be a one skilled sailor, you just can't just be a trimmer. You've got to be able to have more strings to your bow. And the answer is to just keep turning up. You've got to do as much sailing as you can. But there are exceptions to the rule. Like I'll give you an example. Ben Piggott, our bowman, started working for me cleaning boats at 17 years old. Ended up going around the world. He's our number one bowman. And he just had a great attitude and a great work ethic. So probably the biggest thing, apart from the amount of skill set you've got to have and the amount of time you've got to put on the water, and you just got to keep saying yes to everybody and try and get a ride on every boat. The most important thing is probably your attitude and your work ethic and being understanding of how you fit in a team. A big boat's just the same as a football team or any other sport team. If you've got one bad cog in that, whether it's ability-wise or whether it's a skill set, but more importantly, if it's an attitude problem or an ego problem, that's always a disaster. So you need to have a very hard work ethic. You have to be completely dedicated to it, live and breathe it. And you also have to be prepared to do the long yards and bide your time, be patient.
So they'd also like to know how they get a job with Scallywag, or even just go sailing on the boat with the team.
Well, the easiest way to go sailing on the boat is either to get an invitation on a corporate day or to win a competition on our Facebook page and win a ride. We had a guy, Craig Preston, come from Cape Town last year to come sailing in Hong Kong on the trimaran. He's a great guy, he had a great time. But apart from that, we're always open. We're always looking for new young people. Our youngest crew member at the moment is Charlie Witt, who came from the Australian Olympic set up with a 49er. And he's another good example. I sort of didn't know Charlie, but I knew his dad and I knew a few people around that knew him. And I think not last year, the year before, he just turned up. We were at Birkenhead Marina, working on the boat, prepping it for the Hobart race. Charlie just turned up, introduced himself, asked if he could help out. Worked for free for about a week for us, worked his backside off. We gave him an opportunity on the boat. He was lucky that he did some work with Leopard and had some experience around the big winches and stuff. And he's a good kid, and we gave him a start, and now him and Ferdy run the pit. He's an integral part of the team. So there are opportunities, but you need to make them happen. You just can't sit at home and wait for the phone to ring.